Alright, what's up, X videos? We're here with the most handsome cyber Orcust player in the world. What's your name?
Illya Higdon.
And what place did you get at the Jacksonville Regional?
Fifth place at Jack.
Fifth place? That's
yeah.
pretty good.
Okay.
Almost as good as fourth. Anyways, was there anything cool?
I will show some text in this. I added scrap cards in this, which is unusual, and I'll show the combo.
What did you
later.
play for those?
Oh, okay, that's a good question. Cyber Dragon Orcust. What scraps in it? So I'll get into it. 3 of this guy. He's like the main starter, and you always want to see him. Him and this makes Infinity, and depending on the rest of your hand, you usually go into Gadget and summon scrap from your hand. I'll show the whole combo later, but yeah, these are like the main play starters. And then 3 of this guy. He kind of breaks going first, but like you have to play him because machine dupe, and he's good going second, obviously. And yeah.
Do you prefer to go first or second?
First. 3 soldier. Most people play 2, but I'll go ahead and show the card that does the whole combo. But because of this guy, he searches scrap recycler, so like you basically want as many level 5s on the field as possible, because you use them to make Infinity, and you make this guy, so you can never have enough level 5. So I play 3 because I just want to guarantee in my hand. Core can search it because you can search repair plant, but it's just good to open him so you can search something else.
It's pretty spicy.
No
2 of
spicy.
this. 3 kind of sucks. It doesn't really do anything. It gets like Orcust cards out of your hand, but it's just good like past turn 1 because Core can summon it from deck, and it can revive Dingirsu or Infinity or Nova, anything, and then it just gets your like board going again when your opponent breaks it.
Well, then it does do something.
What?
Well, it does do something. You said it doesn't do anything.
It does do something. It's just not as good as the other one, so I just play 2. 3 scrap. This and Core are like the normal summons of the deck, and it's not bad seeing them both because you can summon this guy with Platinum Gadget. He can up any machine, so like if you already have Orcust combo, you can up like Hertz, Tad, out something back, or Core for next turn, or just to like fuel up your overflow to have like more Cyber Dragons in grave. Yeah. This is the whole Orcust engine. I played a really small engine because you don't want to open them, you just get to know the scrap recycler, and I only play 1 return, so you really just don't want to see them. They don't really do anything in your hand. This is okay to see because I mean, like if you don't have the scrap play, you can just discard this. And these 2 guys are like the 2 Garnets. You summon this when you use Scrap Wyvern to pop the Platinum Gadget. It summons a gadget from the deck, so you summon this guy, so he gives you an extra body to go into Appaloosa, and you just need to play this guy for the scrap combo. He's not a complete brick. Like if you draw him, you can still summon from grave with the Scrap Wyvern, but he just like kind of sucks to open.
That's fair.
And then this guy, you send him off Scrap Recycler. He's like the only card that you can send aside from Gizmek that gives you a free body and doesn't lock you into dark, so you can still make Appaloosa. And he gets like Orcust cards out of your hand, and he's a machine, so he's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. Also a tuner.
It is a tuner, but I haven't made any Syncos yet. 3 of this guy. Searches anything in your whole deck.
Staple.
Yeah.
3 of must. Don't play it without 3.
Yep. This guy searches Soldier, and that's usually his like the only use. You have to have a Cyber Dragon Grave. It has 2 effects, but you almost always only use 1. And if you already have Soldier, you can search other stuff, any light machine. You can also search the Kaiju if you play the Kaiju in the side deck, but usually when your opponent sees you searching a Kaiju, they're probably going to do some play.
Spice.
So it's not too good to search it in front of your opponent, so that's why I don't play it. 3 dupe, the wind guard, yeah.
And ultis.
And ultis. The one of you search the soft core, search some monster reborn. Like it's good for like mid game for reviving Asher, bringing stuff back, and it's good for like awkward hands. 2 of this guy. It's someone's Panzer Dragon, and again you need like a ton of level 5s. So.
You play.
3 called.
What language is that? What language?
It is French. It's quite pretty. So everyone's like running Droll currently because everyone thinks Spiral is really good, and it kind of is good, and there's Luna Lights and all that. So, and Droll arts this deck a lot, usually, and this just stops other stuff too. Because you can get to Infinity and Appaloosa to negate other hand traps, but Droll, like, they can shotgun after your first play, so you kind of need this. And Lancia, but most people don't play that card anymore. Foolish.
However,
The Orcust one of... I only play one because I only play like 4 Orcust cards, so it's just something to set off Galaxy if you already have like one of these. Oh, and you usually you almost always set this as long as you have enough bodies to make Appaloosa plus IP. But if you don't, then you could just set this with Galaxy and Appaloosa.
pretty strong.
And 2 of these.
The best common ever printed.
It is. Please be a super. Non-targeting destruction, searches off core. Also, if you pop this with Scrap Wyvern, it can search itself. So it's like, because Scrap Wyverns are mandatory pop and you have to pop one of your own cards. So usually you pop the Gadget, but if you don't have Gadget, you can pop this and then just replace itself by searching another card. So it makes his downside like non-existent basically.
That's pretty sick. So you're gonna do a side or extra?
I'll do extra.
Alright.
So IP, you usually make this with Appaloosa. If your hand's kind of bad and you could just do the regular play from like the old format where you just make IP and like Infinity Pass, which is fine too. And then you have Dingear Grave as a send and Unicorn as a spin. Appaloosa, yeah, you make this the whole scrap combo. 2 Gal. I thought about putting this to 1, but then you have like no grind game because it was either this or Phoenix, and I thought it was better to have a grind game in like all my games rather than have the Phoenix to deal with floodgates and like the 1 out of like 5 games that I'll play backrow deck. You summon this off IP. I can only fit 1 target for IP, but this is like always generically good. This gets Core Engrave, and then that activates your repair plant. If there was a machine, Link 1, that does the same thing as this card, this deck would be nuts, but this is the best you can do.
That card's also really good.
This guy, once again, I'll show the combo later, but he special summons Scrapper Cycler from the hand or any other machine. When he's destroyed, he can special summon a gadget from the deck. So yeah, this guy's pretty good. This gets cards out of your hand, like the Orcust cards if you draw them. It's also a generic Link 2, and it's a machine, so if you're under Crescendo, you can still summon him. If you're under Nashter, you can still summon him, and he's generic.
Nice.
The 2 boys, yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah. Ding, just 1 because I can't fit anymore. If you're against a backrow deck, you can like you can do like Crescendo, the Cyber Dragon Trap, Infinity Pass, and then your whole board's protected. Because against a trap deck, they're probably just gonna like summon a card, set 5, and then end phase you can just blow everything up. And if they have anything that tries to destroy your backrow, you can just protect it or Crescendo. Because Appaloosa isn't very good against them.
But you can't do that against mine. So.
This card actually outs mine. I never like got to the situation, but if you summon this under Instant Fusion and then you just pass, it pops itself to an end phase because of Instant Fusion, and then it pops a card on the field, and then you have no monsters. It never came up because I never drew this versus mine, but yeah, it's a cool play. But it's just a light machine that you can summon off Instant Fusion for all the stuff, and then this guy's just the contact fuse. I don't play Fortress, go out of room, which isn't too bad because there's not many machine decks right now. Orcust isn't very played. The only reason I would want to play Fortress is because there's a lot of like Mech Knight Evokes right now, and it can't contact fuse Makaba, and there's still like a decent amount of Orcust, but not too much. I don't think I would change Extract though. And these cards. This is for the scrap play. This is for the scrap play.
These are 2 like combo pieces.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So last format, you would like use River Stormer on this guy. So like, because you can't use this guy like material the turn you summon him to get rid of him. But most of the time you don't use that anymore. You just pop the gadget with this guy to summon the gadget from the deck because it's just a free body. And that's it for the extra.
Cool.
Now the side.
This spicy side deck.
3 Ash. This is like, it's mediocre, but it's just a lot of times when I have like a weird hand, I'll do like Infinity plus the Cyber Dragon Trap Pass, and then my opponent doesn't know I'm playing Orcust, so they think I'm playing pure Cyber Dragon. So they might make me go first, and I have no idea. So I just like side this a lot of the times, just in case they make me go first, or even if they know I'm playing Orcust, sometimes they still make me go first, or second, sorry. And so this is just always like generically good, and it can replace stuff.
It's always, you can always use it against any deck.
Yeah, like no matter what deck, or like if you're going first or second.
Only one.
Only one. I had the opportunity to borrow two, but like I just wanted to try this because this is like always live. This is always not live, and you have to draw this. And if I can get more of these, I probably would play 3. But this card is good. And you're playing Orcust, so you can discard cards that like plus or like hurts, and you get a card back.
Has more synergy.
Yeah. 3 evenly. I think this is like a staple in everyone's extra deck or side deck right now because it's just good against almost every deck, and there's not like Crescendo or like any real Omni negate except like Trigate for Spiral, and like Ludolite can't put an Omni negate unless they hard draw their Winder to get their Time Thief engine. So like it's almost always like just a blowout card. 3 and a beer.
Another blowout card.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like the only thing I can say about this is it's a light, so you can discard off Galaxy Soldier. If your opponent makes you go first or something, you just have as a dead card. But yeah, other than that, it's just Nibiru.
Enough said.
Yeah. And then 3 Dark Ruler. Also just a really good card. It's good against Ludolites. It's like only not good against Dweller because that's like they just shotgun that in stamina phase most of the time. But other than that, it just breaks a lot of boards. I'll do the combo real quick, or just like a small combo version of it. So like however you get to the combo, like this is one way, Machine Dupe's another way, but you eventually just get to this guy, and then he searches Scrap Recycler. And then if you have a normal, you normal him. If you have normal, you just use whatever other machine you have normal to make a Platinum Gadget. And then once you get to the Platinum Gadget...
Are you sending something off?
Alright, well yeah, you'd summon the Gadget, you'd summon this off the Gadget. But if you have it normal, you could just start this and go straight into Wyvern. But so normally it'd be like this up here, and then this up here. And then you just use this effect, bring this back, pop it, summon from deck. And then a mandatory pop on your own card, so you pop this. And then this effect summons a gadget from your deck. And then you use this, you bring back, you dump again. And so I mean, from this part it's like pretty simple, like you just make Appaloosa and then you do Orcust combo. Yeah, I mean that's basically it. And then if you have enough bodies, you can make IP. If you don't, then you just do Galatea here, Appaloosa up here, and with Crescendo pass.
Nice.
And so that's basically it for the whole deck profile.
Sweet. Any shout outs?
Shout outs. Generic shout out to all of Jacksonville, because I'm not going to name everyone. Shout outs to Parker and Steven for doing the deck profile.
Hey. Parker's Asian, if you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
Hide your cats.
Shout out to Blair, because I talked with him about some ideas for the deck.
Blair who?
Blair Hunter. That's
Do you ever find us missing
probably
here?
it. Yeah, that's all the shout outs. That's it.
Alright, well thank you for the profile. And you got 5th?
5th.
So no deck box.
No deck box. Hate to see it.
Yikes. Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Alright, and this is your, how many tops do you now have with this deck?
3 top 8s with this deck.
Sick. Alright. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of you.
Hopefully.
And, if not, it's not because you're... Yeah, I got nothing. Alright, later.